Hello lovely people, so in today's video we will be painting these watercolor flowers. So let's get started. These are the materials that you're going to be using. So you will need two brushes, one for detail and one for the bigger size. I'm also activating the watercolor. I'm mixing different versions of green, and I also mix some yellow ochre to make it a little bit yellowish. Now with my red color, it doesn't have to be red, you can pick whatever color you want. I'm adding a light layer. You can make it lighter by making your watercolor more watery, like add more water than the pigment so you have a light color. You can make it more darker by adding more saturation to the color. Different variations you can do, so that's what I'm doing right now. So now with my darker brown, I'm adding some dots in the middle. It's more saturated, less water, and I'm just letting it bleed. So now I'm just repeating the same process. So now I added more pigment towards the middle to create, that kind of depth. So now I'm just adding a different variation of red, and I'm creating another flower. I'm adding more dark brown towards the center to solidify that detail. I'm just adding more shadows by adding watercolor towards the end of the petals, and it just gives it more depth, and in my opinion it creates more interesting look. to paint the leaves. So now I'm just using different variations of green. This is more of like a lighter green. You can use whatever green color you want. You're welcome to use whatever color you want. This is just an example of my version that I actually learned from another video as well. I'm just sharing what I've learned. So I hope you find this helpful. But now I'm just, using some darker greens and lighter greens, medium greens, like all variations of greens. If some bleeding happens like this, you can just, for example, this green like mixing with the red, I just, wipe the excess paint that I have with my brush and then just lift it from that color and wipe it off. You can also experiment with the saturation of the watercolor. You can add more water to the watercolor to create lighter, more translucent or transparent leaves, and then you can like add more paint to the watercolor to make the color a little bit more saturated, so that you'll create more of an opaque color of leaves. So that kind of creates more interest to your painting, I think, in my humble opinion. But I really like using yellow ochre, and I use some burnt sienna here as well to kind of add that orange color. So yeah, just have fun and experiment. I really did have fun making this, and this is really a cute I really like how it looks. So yeah. Now I'm just adding lines in the center of my leaves to create more detail. I'm using just, different variations of green again, and you can add more lines, less lines, it's up to you, whatever you'd like. But this is what I just used, one line towards the center, and I call it quits, or yeah, that's good enough for me, and I kind of like how it turned out. Okay, so this is the end, and I hope you found this video helpful, and I hope you enjoyed the time you spent with me painting this flower stuff. And have a nice day, and see you in my next video. Bye! This video is kind of late, so I guess I flopped with the schedule, but I hope that's okay. Okay, bye for real this time.